Madaraka Day Iga Korwa. Sam Mienda Erika Buga.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Nduti mbia muri njinka getenga kango bono mete esherene gendrete.
Yeah.
Kusango musaso gete singencho iko abakenya bari guchingira obusibole.
The occasion was yesterday, rero Monday. Yeah.
Lakini holiday was extended muchare ro.
Of course, a holiday here as others. Lakini for us, into sasa tuko tu kazi. We have no holiday, that's why we are here. And I think lit kolegoro much as whatever ne togoke na uranyore naro yokogokera na naro ayanda tariyo okerenwe. Yes.
Wikabu.
Timanya kare holiday lit kolia sabato. Kile kata extend mpaka Monday. Kutika Sunday. Kutika Sunday rioka wanya extend mpaka Monday. So watu ba mwe extend from Thursday. Friday mpaka Monday.
There's somebody back. A holiday on a Saturday. The main event of, I mean on Friday. Main event on Saturday.
Oh.
But then like as long as Christmas kia kwete. So the jina jo simbos. Kia squeeze bando mega celebrate Christmas. Mwaka de celebrate Madaraka. Ya senkong sana.
Maybe Madaraka meaning ya. Mete squeeze chi holiday chavere uko kunga. Itukolinde jansi na vuota pokera kwa sense ya Kenya ni holiday. Lakini rende omo Kenya na wako chopole chavere chi nyingi. Tubwate mashujaa, tubwate lemba, tubwate utamaduni.
Yeah, utamaduni we used to be.
Madaraka ne raro.
Utamaduni ya renge moide.
Moide ya.
I think the former president Uhuru Kenyatta kanyichinja kwa utamaduni. So basically three washarekewa maono. Lakini rende nganero, but the main ones are Madaraka Day and Mashujaa Day. Even Labor Day. Washarekea Jamhuri nero. Kutenda Madaraka Day na Mashujaa Day. Wakiswitch speech buya chebara ya bense ikora difference na mo.
Yes.
Monta kwa ne paragraph ntanganya tebanga yes. Tunasherekea Mashujaa wetu. Ana second paragraph anza katengia kwa no mugava na president. So idea the ones from the celebrate mbaisho.
For me holiday Madaraka kingi volunteer like the original.
Madaraka is the internal, yani kanyora kurubo subole Kenya ikanyorobo subole. And I think that goseto tebenga litukeli igori bwanta basharekeu atuwa chirichi akiru koru Kenya ba etwaro subole wobanyene internal yeah. Go etene nanga nkikia korekana lakini like I can echo what Abuga said. Yani tochenga Mashujaa Day etwanta go celebrate hero. Ngochira abe nabotora tenga abarai bari ba Rwanda to bosubor kwense ya Kenya there are heroes to abasharekera muno there are other heroes somewhere trashereke koro kinga the relevance yeri tukeri chi holiday chikere ya mune bwate esababu yaye miti leba squeeze bando kitiko rosengo sherekea bari mona sengenjero nonga ne sengenjo mateleba ne yabafanya kazi they are no longer feeling the weight
imezi ya Kenya ngiora nyaro chingira
bantu they lose sense yoko chinki bako chengera. That's why tokonyoranga bantu mbaliko take that much serious. Lakini when we have something like Madaraka noko sherekeanga, let us celebrate our internal what we have achieved. Maita waka kabali abakorba chagete nse babo Jomo Kenyatta ko batede barusi obochinga. I mean oboriri, tari obochinga oboriri. I'm sorry to say that oboriri. Amarwaire amona oboliri amarwaire I think na no botaka na biso mbweta aba Kenya, but what have we achieved in terms of chi ama ebirengereri ibabwate in terms of ngaitwekire to our education, ngaitwekire in terms of our hospitals, ngaitwekire in terms of our all those ngaitwakira tu arero bantu nkuragera bari gose bado ntubwata maskini litobwate kuruchinga kiciri cyakare. I think that is the significance yo sharaka amangana ye kwerende, but we have the broad based gotorenga kie isjironge wasiwasi nebintu bunebyo. So what was the occasion about? Yes.
Na Abuga,
yes.
Expectations echava Kenya seri tukubunelia Madaraka na kichibonete koba kusiningia omo Kenya abonete go expect kurwa say the government.
Some is saying something that my words are getting say all the people fought for independence what idea. But in between idea that shelf like kind of and Don't talk about illiteracy, poverty, and education. The truth is the country is doing well in terms of the people have gone to school. Now, we have the entire sector education not
Yes.
but the number of guys who have gone to school is doing well. Maybe people ask questions about the quality of education offered in this country, but the people have gone to school, that they have given, the country has given us the right path. In terms of poverty, we make a step 1 year, another one turn back around 10 years. So it keeps on poverty level it's like it's a norm. That it's like it's something, a process in your window, such community in this country.
Yeah.
In terms of it, but you know, you can go to school or call, but you come out like a school. President of the poor system, school. But yes, the same way you can start school, but after 18 years, you went to go to school. Almost half of the population, but more in that class, but like now, yesterday, I saw a clip somewhere. The Etwani to Nyamira. I identify some individuals. We are different sectors. We are chai, we are administration. For him, he needs to share and go celebrate yesterday. And have the effort for something. But from the speeches we have heard across the country, the governor, member of parliament, yesterday, even the president, kind of they are telling us what they have done. But I don't know what the MCs will be saying, what they have done, because the MCs Zimbabwe at the budget. So they'll be joining the governors as a telling the Kenyans what they have done. But expect something different from what we are doing. But then as much as we are arguing, to identify some individuals, we are in a campaign mode as a country.
Yeah, sure.
Cromwell is trying to find a way, you wait at there, also so unfortunate that as a country, for like almost 2 years or people are talking about the development, not what they are doing or what they have done the last 2 years. So unfortunate, but then they have not as a country. We are seeing what the opposition is doing, quote unquote opposition, because what one opposition in this country, you have seen what they are saying. The government tries to do something small, fight back, but I will do this differently. But then as we keep on celebrating these days, but one of the great state that the leadership is in a different line, and Kenya are different than talking about influence. On the day of Mwananchi in Obaigwa, you are serikali minama tena kwa tebi tokiwa. So tuweza kwenda ndogo minyoka. Na viongo weku mwana class 2 rain, no mondo no kwa minyoka irense, rain no asko minyoka. No sure there's no competition in that. So that's where the country is at the moment, that Kromondo minyoka yes, but one side never the most strength.
Yes.
And the gap is still widening. That the kind of is going back. The leadership of the country keeps on going forward. Like wherever they are going, nobody knows. Look at what happened in Homa Bay yesterday. I was even sharing with you, sharing Homa Bay yesterday. Actually, on the number was then these are the people enjoying the resources of the country at the expense of Montomotaka. So the priorities for these people who are in power kind of is different. The current regime is acting like we inherited a government at the end. Now we are trying to change things. Yes, let them change, but 2 years from now, we could have decided on whether they have done something or they have not done something.
Mienda sam omurai wense kirare gukona kurase gitikia omaberi tukorigoro iganya rete gotebanga ebitambukiro ne bingi gusemera oberi ne mengemia serikali ebwate lakini andake asi amatemwa gucha toka ne chinga kichoko implement ko yabeka kolegas ekiagira machika etigu echi manifesto cha tokire cha agenda ne chinyinge chibekire lakini as implementation na ko yabeka ebinte bigabikira no mochando gochoba.
I think the president Kerbare was so busy. Actually, I remember that day Kerbare was sworn in. They basically saying they have inherited a dilapidated economy. Nabo konju murayi mukuru weto betanga ba inheritry serikali itare gukora kende which of which no waringa part of it.
Yes.
Much as they had a fallout no Muraibu and so then Uhuru Kenyatta. But again, kareto kubarai serikali ya Jubilee, you are assured nga wikota ga long Muraibu and say Obaigwa William Ruto because he was the deputy no waringa part of it. Na inde biri arochi bita korekanete after Raila achire in with a handshake atabangu muga kuchire ku saria serikali. Rero I think the serikali nabegwenta gusarigo because oria otabeto geretanda ke serikali tukole timiremo bona gana ande nere bakoreteki nere bana we don't know how soon na chataka bom yarende baka want to an extent bona babwate broad based lakini rende all in all Umuraibu ensoro kanire nkora mtu akwanita ya magazeti mono to gotebanga nearly every step he makes nkonyororenga no muntu chire o ase court kwenda kororanga gente kenke bwenereti unabona mtu abwate the issue of e-citizen ya rengo mangana yo gwakana chi school fees we have one pay bill number nkiara chiete court we have seen a lot of policies yakobeka chigo pingu sana tokara nearly 8 was it 16 or 8 something I'm not sure lakini tokoranga chia tuanchira make chi policies atakete ko implement
16%.
ya lakini teranya kana nebwato pingamisi nyinge and look at even the affordable housing much as it can be a good thing lakini kianyoro pingamisi kurwa sabanta bange we have seen a lot of policies ya chire komek chitari korokananga basically ngaji chakritiku you see we can't keep on like economy tu ajete yerembe whatever yaya enyombe yebwato bochafu na muntu yomenyeta atarabusa so are you keeping on like every day you want to remind us nga nyombe yabusire kero wachete what have you done up to this point enyombe koro kinga maine ne chafu yarenge lakini bono ningende tokonya okoraki ningende tokonya ko clean you are telling us about issues chiarengo riri up to now you see triko make that much seriousness mono twako iriri baga kwatabrenga musa konge gasiye ebya busonkori ngabuse twako ire gasiye don't remind us nganki nyombe ngaki yarenge nchafu angana abusa torrenga mane yakoreki yabusiri so the Kenya kwanza mugala muwe na kyumpe asanare ba temire and bado esabali mbabwa tenene kulingana nechi promise chiri ba rwetenga kiri because iko ba tebetenga ba koso we saw in heaven on earth the promises
pero chava tagatiwa basero obisi
no baro obisi we are still waiting we still have 1.5 years lakini rende in Kenya wana ya this kuchakara I think como tinyondo metinyi the last months chomwako yo we are in a campaign mode that's why roche Madaraka Day every opportunity the president finds he will always do it you remind people na ndaga ndago campaign kama kawaida yeah
na abuga ego che yarro kananga kira sekiro kira monjori ya gosoime ya serikali nigo konyoranga bakenya abangi nigo bagotema kuba resistant na siki ugo tuguto kwegena gosena bakenya batutagetie amagendero anomuno ase ekere bintu bigonjoreria.
You know, I keep on saying that the country is on a wrong footing by the when you got the independence, we are talking about we had people who were cooking mau. Several getting built by the they thought they giving us the right future, but for me, I believe, my opinion is, they gave us the wrong footing. So the people that were benefit to work, and for a long time, this country has been lying on the same path, like. Inki by independence as a country they told us yes we are trying to fight the reduce poverty and the education status but in one way you see people are talking about giving the country the right system of education almost 65 years later we're talking about the same issues
but a system of education
those who were given power in this country from President Kenyatta, Moi, Kibaki. They never told us they want to kill us. We do away with these movements to manage school. We do away with these imperialist ideas to check the ideas in a modern. It's now 63 years later that you want to implement the new modern systems, ideas to run a country. You know, the current system, the current regime is working on emotions Kenya in one way or the other. The current Kenya government here check the empowerment programs. Kenya we need to know the source each message because the real are in power now what the kazi mtani ya manyile source.
Yes.
and back for the last 1 week because it's in the Kenya sana different counties jire friend to the Kenya Kwanza government kindiki mnyakire sana so people have been asking where is kazi mtaani. The president has played with the mind of Kenya, the youth. Yesterday I introduced kazi mtaani. We found in the World Bank again. I don't know what is kind of getting a kimoko Rwanda over count with what you want. I remember I got to against the other year, Ketonguru mwaka last year.
Yes.
The president came out akatanga Mwamura Marieta Kasongo Sakayo. You have Anta Kasongo here. Mwamura Marieta Mange. Then he played the song ya Kasongo. That thing came to an end like that. Yeah. People have been asking about the empowerment programs. Then people are saying, kazi mtaani. Mwevu kazi mtaani. Only that this time is different. That last time I got in a issue chain environment and clogging the drainage systems in the informal settlements. But this time you have expanded. Hata nuchukula vijime kwe ndechi para kando mwatebe wanchu mako para molimi. There's more access roads chichi kolem. Now this kazi mtaani will keep you the youth busy around that. But you see now the youth in this country no mundo somete.
Yes.
Out of 10 youths you count, at least 8 at the diploma level, certificate level and degree. Now these are the people much what they want to call them. I saw it the last time last 2021 and 2020 kaya targeting COVID. Actually the good number of youths were in the school. Tanga ndale chini ninga ngambaje mbama jenta wa kantu wale school. Now here you have informal sector. You want to afford the housing and bakwagacha. Like the one in Nyancho, which has almost 500 people. What the kazi mtaani. Be assured on the day they be recruiting the kazi mtaani youths program, more than 5,000 youths will come out in Kisii. Only that now, serious party ones are on a daily basis. End of the which we say, think about which color. You cannot save this money. What can I school fees? The people in the system here, kazi mtaani and call the school. So it's either, and you look at the level of drug substance in this country, you are giving someone around 700 shillings per day. And then the week almost 35 was 4,000. Be assured half of this money will be going home, go and maybe I will have people in and have a drink. That's the fact about this country now. Among the 10 youths you meet, at least 5 to 6, either they are using small quantities of alcohol, or they are addicted, or they are starting. That's where we are. Yes. That's why we are saying, like, where is the country headed to? As much as the president is trying to find a way you can rescue the economy, but how do you rescue the economy while you forgetting the masses? But the how contribute to the economy we want to rescue? Yes. That's the challenge we have as a country, that as much as we are trying to make, so like on a family level, that you want to take kids to school as a dad, or as a parent, but to go at school fees, you go to school. So you want to start them, enrolling them in a school from 1, the class, grade 1, but within 1 month, and you see, it's a youth who has gone to school is more safer than a youth who has gone to school at quality. It's like it's more of a criminal. So let's open they come and find a way you can cooperate and ones with the ideas but target. No, the challenge to what even the Gen Z man last year. It wasn't about the finance bill was that bad. It's about the input as a document here. Yes.
So, Tiganda echo what Abuga said. We have another form of Kasongo rende. To a point like Mukanduka Kasongo, it doesn't matter. So what I can say is the education, at least nabotoko ranga atu an area bekru say the education sector, much as to refer back to what those wazes meant. Kwa sababu there are some systems chiachire to a point like abantu ba very learned. Actually, in 10 people you get, young people you get, actually at the end of the day onanga 8, in fact 9. Sababu kero monto osomere unabaona isakolikirili president Moi, the late president Moi akareta mabere aka encourage abantu baiche school in the name of wo chakunywa mabere at least monto naro chitakanyora pacha akasoma ake
akamanya gosoma
when we go to the education system yomo ske Mwai Kibaki we had a free primary education. At least never at that point there were many people who started by at primary level lakini budget ko genda beyond primary but at least mba somete. When we come to a system yomo ske Uhuru Kenyatta, we saw 100% transition tokaranga ntu abwate even na rwete I think na pungusete chibesa chioko gende high schools in that it got a lot of people bakasoa as a school ya secondary bakaita bakaenda university, we have help and all those tukaya tukumena kutwara before CBC tukatwara TVET bakaenda kare jaba ntonga bachi school cheki ufundi chikosi chichama koko kero monto today that at least they are learning. When you talk about the issue of affordable housing igokora tanga tiga bantu banyore gasi gwetera gaiga, these are learned people. In fact, I think we have diplomas and degrees utapata abanteko bara bange and then certificates of course wako, we are not underrating them, they have also learned yonga kiro muntu na somete. At the end of the day kwaretre kazi mtani umatena yirusti ya rengo but ekaruo but bono due to the need of maybe common mwananchi and a way of a campaign tool bono ya achire, how many people will it help? Ngwa rocha alikatote keromo heshimiwa mtu Alfred mtu atabetenga abantu beri kibagende chinse chirichise kokonyora chigaza, how many abantu barenga bacheteka
boni gaba Kenya
millions of people bagacha millions of people, but it ended up being a frustration whereby abantu bagwete bagachibeza 250 ntu asometa gazeti wono 250 Matildah ngaichia onye tabu ati onye dia 250 chiga konanga maybe na bacha ketu na business lakini biashara dinga umuntu na arone tiyogoremo umuntu na arone tigosene ni etugabwate kuri 250 nande chiagenda sama ko yeserikali. So much as this government is trying to improve the economy nga yoko yerusi, it comes from the people abanta babanyene nga yibako busiga sechiga osenga yibako rusi revenue bako korano ne chumbi ekere tax yeche. So I think the government should change the way of thinking in that much as you are trying kona abolish everything go kotaka nini at least tutu arrangerera abantu abakonyore revenue such that ya generate ko che government, because it's just a cycling thing. Ngorwera se government na hande acha back to this common mwananchi asaba sai again tokende abuga is good in mathematics engineering muye sabu mona warenga you are given 700 per day kwa hiyo 700 per day lero iga nkige chande taba youth abangi because of frustration you find them they are taking substances and everything. So at the end of the day, has it helped? So the country needs the system. That's why Gen Z bakagenda sama ndamanonga tutegetenga a system. Much as maite ekwerende na boya arenge the finance bill, much as na be tarengembe. But due to poor communication and how the government communicated to the people, lakini bonto gasangana ni frustration ne nchire system wetariko work. That's why abantu bakagenda se streets. I think the government should learn from there so that tutu are a very productive country, because the future of this country igera saying to una bana ba Gen Z kwa sababu our parents they are aging.
Yes. And tukurigireria bono ibuna litukurigoro kwategerera omugavana gwe county ya Homa Bay omusubati omuske Gladys Wanga hanga biteko highlight gati ebintu biri byakorekanire anne munasomwa koyega inse ya oburaye bayo omuske William Ruto tukochakana ya buga ninki kiragere omo governor gwe county ya Homa Bay erabwate ikiawe yakirege kuba inse yoburaye omuske William Ruto na ndina mutukama kesana gosa kesa serikali ya broad based ya nyarakoroswa.
I talked about something called we set the wrong president as a country. The same way some counties in Kenya, although the 47, some counties set a wrong president in their leadership.
Yes.
Like Homa Bay County, look at Homa Bay County as we speak. Homa Bay County, we were the APS interior. When we had the Mandamana agency last time, Wanga was quiet actually. She never spoke openly about the Mandamana. And you could see she was hosting ambassadors from different countries. She was hosting Kipchumba Murkomen, I think, went to Homa Bay like 6 times, trying to find a way Yoko improve Kabunda Street. A number of cabinet secretaries went to Homa Bay, including Moses Kuria. This is somebody who thought outside the box on how to improve life with the Yaba 90 Homa Bay County. When we did the elections in 2022, Tumondo Bada Karimenia Sekukunia politics like Njeromondo UDA, Njeromondo ODM. Wanga left the ODM box, akajoin the government, albeit from outside, but they are in the government in working with the regime, the current regime.
Yes.
Kitamba ba garafa na abantu bathi bayigire where Wanga was at that time. It needs another 2 years back. Assuming like now Kisii County government, the current governor, at the Jokolega as necessary. He will be working where Wanga was working 2 years ago. Now by the time I was colleagues here, we are in 2027. You see, I was reading a speech here Wanga. Even the design is speech here Wanga in general was that the opening page, actually the works that has been done normally for the last 2 years. The closing page inside your mind, actually more works. It's called the regime here Wanga in Normanby County. No, they are really, they say a school is as good as the teacher or its gate. It's a college and it's a national school. You wonder like, the money we pay this school, where does the money go?
Yes.
Openings in Market Wanga yesterday was that we have improved our revenue correction from 190 million to 1 billion.
Yani by 700%.
Yes. That's the opening statement. Now you come to some of the counties, the opening remark here governor okay, don't say between other next register GMC.
Yes.
That will be the opening remark governor. There is no hope among these people that even don't pay PJ. But you see what is happening in Oma Bay has happened marking the age of what should be done in terms of leadership, in terms of development and empowering the people. That yes, she's doing something in the ground, but she's also receiving support from other sectors from the government and even international organizations. Look at what has been done in terms of the marketing sector, in the fish market in Oma Bay County. You know, the legal cost settlement scheme, timeti macha mangana repi ne stream ya match. Karango kina toka akron timbe stream ya match sometimes to umia. But you see, for someone coming from Oma Bay County, the region area, kwa peli yaga chitugari, kwa fish market yaga chitugari, it's big. I've looked at the speech of Governor Kisii. He's talking about the tea factories of the Kisii, and he's mentioning I think around 19 Kisii factory. But you see now, what is your input? As someone remember chai. So to talk about factories chai. So the factories are doing well. All the input the county government in this. It keeps on a question here. Is it that we have the wrong leaders in office? Or there's something happening? In the 2 years Wanga were in power, she's now doing a 5-story building, emergency unit, as Oma Bay Hospital. Yes. Look at what happened in Tomboya River College. Tomboya River College was even a charter 1.5 years ago. But look at the infrastructure at Tomboya River College. It doesn't need a rocket scientist to come and put up those things. It needs goodwill, both either from the Mwananchi or from the leadership class. So the building yaga to the Marine Center yaga to Oma Bay Tomboya River College was started like 8 months ago. The cancer center you're talking about, Kisii, started more than 7 years ago. We are in the foundation stage. The Oma Bay has been launched. The fish market we are talking about in Oma Bay was started last year, mid last year. 1 year. The housing, affordable housing in Oma Bay was started 1 year ago. 1 year. The affordable housing to Kisii 1 year ago, they are still in the foundation. The mother and child facility at Reg, more than 6 years ago, we are still talking about doing the parking system at the hospital. No equipment, no nothing. Not even employing medical personnel. When Wanga is talking about putting up 5-story building for emergency services, it's not about and you see, and I keep on saying, there's no county government that can work solely using the taxpayers' money to the allocation from the national treasury or check county government to succeed. You need to have investors. Investors lashing to Oma Bay County. Because now there's a market for fish. Kabunda there to be actually very expanded. Kenya Air Force president Ekorandi Kabunda. We have been talking about the airstrip Yasunika for more than 15 years. Actually, being told we'll open the airstrip Yasunika. Kwame. Kabunda has been constructed twice in a span of 7 years. Ikakatuna airstrip, Ikaera. The current regime service, they have expanded to international airport. And you saw the and yesterday, the president has already landed in Kabunda Airstrip. What about other these counties? They need to stop the infighting. They work for the Mwananchi. Otherwise, I was reading a speech. Let me just talk about because I'm not a speech from Governor Simbarat. I don't want to communicate. Does it give hope? As a Mwananchi, yes. Something's going to happen.
Nothing notes.
And you know, we are taught in high school, even in primary, that when you are doing a composition, start with the intro, you do the body, you do the outro in the media, or the conclusion in the composition. I think the body is the conclusion, the intro is the body. People will be asking, like, in the next 2 years, where will we be as a country? You're having somebody. You cannot even meet as leadership ya Gusii. Whenever they want to meet half of the leadership ya na muino half ya na muino. Me, I'm seeing it because I'm at that age. My thing is I'm in the media and I'm going to school nga so I'm to question some of these things. But that common Mwananchi who can reserve mari will still make the same mistake in 2027.
We are talking about the Madaraka issue was in Homa Bay as for the national, then they can incorporate with the Homa Bay County. Then we are talking about Madaraka ya Korekanete, or I think nearly every county, because Naro, Mombasa, Kisii we had, and the other counties. Bono, much as we are asking, Gladys Wanga, I heard even someone yesterday told Minga of all the speeches, hearing a powerful Neyomo Governor Wanga. In fact, even the deputy president himself, the way I target, you could tell Tabu at the Kende Kene and Arakukwad. But when Wanga stood, actually you could have seen later celebrating in Kiakore with the broad-based government as a priorities. Then when we go to a county like Meru, what do they celebrate? What do they celebrate? If Madaraka was to celebrate everything that you have done, what does Meru celebrate? Is it all about the impeachment they have achieved or what? County chinechiro. Namanya kweboli this one kweboli. Actually narengene MCA monya 19 ya gante ndegente kenke boli gaiga. Ngumu boli ngaki Wanga abuga kwanda Kipchumba Murkomen. But the president himself, how many times he achire Homa Bay? Homa Bay for a long time. I remember Kabarino Raila Odinga alichiza machirichia Uganda. Chiomba nchira bara konya kuligere liga. Keraru ali actually akaenda Homa Bay. Homa Bay has been a beneficiary of the broad-based government. Na even to be a correct kandiregali to a point like napoporanga they are tangible. Even to be a chagete inga kienke lakini to have progress. When you look at the cancer center to Bwatega. Muraibu nsaga chago vukomu akagendo. We talking arende at the kachirende nku accelerate the building of that cancer center. Lakini still igere stagnant. And from the point that the president came there, igata betenga chibesa chance pinchi korete nchi yakaniro. Onye contractor igere chibesa chance. Why then don't we have cancer center konangere go chigurali konango sino mwako in between mwako also next year the president could come and open that that cancer center enamba yakabere affordable housing iko chinga kichiare ko korekana to a point like we have Homa Bay ya chagete just the other day Ekwera and Kisii still we don't have that thing. So the priorities of a government keregocha I think never need to kuligereria especially the county government egerama gendra korekane. Homa Bay is somewhere nga maitegusia we used kujivunia sana among the towns, the centers to abwate chinene to arko shereke. Actually Kisii could be the one yareko hold a lot of the biggest economy after I think Kisumu and others, Kisii County, but we are losing it to Homa Bay because of the Amagen range akorekana. Why do we have almost ke Professor Kithure Kindiki paka nata by the way arokwe no Professor Makori Kindiki kwa sababu gani? In a span of a month nkarenga ajire kusigai
na ribori rinde
ochire Kusii
yes
na hadengo chare chiganga it's okay, empowerment is good, we are being given nimetoa milioni 5 nimetoa sijui 500,000 nkichigo konya mwana mwananchi yo kawaida, whereas we have a development agenda in Homa Bay. The deputy president no amenyete kusigai actually nobody materu because no invested kusigai, he has been there.
Lakini ngieka gochana kyo kiagira bono ekero compare banyabara ibande kuro serikali bagotara gochese Homa Bay kwa rama Tokyo ebinte binene ebiti chichiro ebite binge byanyara gwikirana yet ekero bagocha sorgongo rwagusi bono kwegure ne empowerment abaiga empowerment echiga abantu abaiga ekero kende bakwe guchibese echiga bagende ko se bakende kogendereria ebiasara byabo ebiasara binga ibigo kolero chichiro nchiraro
ngechichire chigokoro because the sole thing that the Kenya Kwanza government had no go build markets I mean bono empowerment ya korakana chibese cha the end of the day ntomaite chigochi why can't they bring a development agenda maybe una bono we have the fish market I think gali chinsa machiri cha Homa Bay igaiga ntobwata we have a lot of resources amatoke naro amabere naro you are asked about HI I want to ask you we do news here every day we are media we work in a media house keroji bonus chari kuriyo you saw in the west in the central you cannot compare bonus omwana omurembe chaye ogusiga yakonyora compared to the central part inamba yakabre didn't we do stories chikota abarembe chaye bataite kutugore chaye kwa sababu gani because trikoreta any fight what has the county government has done towards improving livelihood yabantu babasimegete chaye to a point like tokulire bonus. In fact, we see we take a low bonus of HI. So these are the things that to a point like to celebrate. Today, what can we celebrate in Kisii County, Keroroche, Homa Bay County, considered as an opposition, when you are in the government, you get the goodies. But Wanga, that is an ODM zone. Lakini Kero broad-based yacha, she's there, she's working with the president. Turende nki into Kisii County.
Ekwabuli abwasa mangana y'oburemi ndoshekero tukurige speech yo mu governor we county ya Kisii omusike Paul Simbarati ndochegenda gotebaiga nga ekero tukurigereria riroba lya Gusii ndikendete gusingo sirarire amangana agriculture and monase obotugi which etugo na boigo ndochegatie bitambukiro bire highlighted gaiga no kwena na avocado seedlings gochase abaremi na boigo amangana ndebu na bono gusegete kemeri yekawa ne bintu binde ebinge timanyetinga nga agotebana ndenga we are also encouraging farmers to venture into agriculture amangana yichinsu totarekera se chinsu ikiagera ntubwati fishing grounds se chise ine kase urugonkoro wabusi ebintu biribira robu na bono gukwanira avocado gukwanira amatoke ntubwata amatoke aragayete rera balemi amatoke tarikorete faida sa balemi mwanyete.
You see the issue of avocado can be a long term thing because considering the time yes. They're readily available. Avocado nchiro.
Amatoke naro raichira
yes. What with the industries that we need to put across. Homa Bay has taken the chance ngantobwate lake we produce fish. Let us bring something market here. Yekurinde. The airstrip you're talking about Suneka. So when you look at Suneka nearly Homa Bay, which is the longest, which is the earliest, it is about Suneka. But to Urenga Hechero Sigu. I come from Nyaribari Church and I've attended those events. Mora ibu enso mokoro Uhuru Kenyatta. Pakaichari pakatabanga through the deputy president then Oyore Dr. William Ruto. Pakaichari pakatanga waharo ketli chibesa. Eketikeli keberi innovated. Karalinge deputy president, Obaigwa president. Still, we are being told the budget is there. Which budget? What is it doing? How many things we have seen, we have allocated the budget. There's a KMTC. Are you aware there's a KMTC that was supposed to be done there? But how many years has it taken? There is a lot of Chikurende to be a Bekiru to take a project. This is Chikogenda, and the president will come in Kisii and launch it. But we don't see the progress. But again, what is the county government through the national government doing in terms of to lift even to raw materials already tobuate matoke. Homa Bay has gone, now they have the fish. Inturenda matoka yaito nkiara cha kotokonya.
Lakini ndo scenario agega asi orogongoro gusinda and bado concentration nera sa mangana yo fish marketing wose fish farming na boigo okogendra ko ni chinsu timanye tinga ninki priority era vekiro gocha se chinsu mono ngano nye biasara bibi ko kali biasara orogongoro gusi yete bintu birio moremi ko somo menyi we county ya Kisii abwate biriawe akirege kuba mbiraba bikoligererwa na asese moyende eketiki ya Gusii stadium ekero okoge compare negetikeri kia Raila Odinga Stadium ase igoro moyogo yokorekanete abuga ndocho mugavana nigaote bunye getieke kia mitire kekere standards echire cho kiranyare ko bakeko hold events echire national.
You see, I find politicians want to take advantage of circumstances to be the worst performing leadership to wananchi. No, there was a stadium chance kwa a long time ago. Back in 2014-15. What's been happening from 2014 to 2014-15 to now 2025? That's how many think again as a Gusii Stadium. You cannot say that the Gusii Stadium is now to a standard era all international matches with the kind of security Iregari Stadium Iregari. The retaining wall is a mess. You see what happened with the Shabana and the Golmea game. It's totally a mess. Maybe somebody came in and otherwise could have had more injuries. But then the stadium is still wanting. The same governor was talking about the Gusii Stadium. As a track you it's called a pattern track. You cannot put a pattern track at the cost of maybe 70 million, then you start to drive the pattern track. It's not there. Oh, can Gusii Stadium hold an athletics in any tournament?
It can't.
It's an event. It cannot. The track's not even doing well. Assuming you have a tournament, they can run for a whole week and the market weekend. You can only do a game, maybe 2 days, the third day, there's no stadium there. Let us not be telling about Nigeria. This has happened when it's in terms of poor quality. But I want to come back to what you were discussing, a sector of agriculture. Since I started working in the Kisii, the media, spanning 10 years ago, the issue of avocado factory, banana factory has been there. The farmers have been given seedlings. Farmers buy the. But you see, you are giving me as a farmer only 200,000 seedlings into Osmeka. But told me 50 by 100. That's one. Two, you have given out 200,000 seedlings here as far as teacher avocado. No number talk 200,000. Can a farmer say to get almost 2 trees or 2 to 5 trees by day? Moto ya mwende buome. Etika imetebe roso tika moto ya yomo. Kama kwa njia avocado joko ni avocado nenda ya mkro. Kilo mwaka. Correct. The priority area before you start this project deligere iri. Correct. Now, there is a project that Kisii ya banana factory, processing factory of it's called banana processing farm. Igachaka ya sponsored by the European Union. Before the last regime years the then cabinet secretary for devolution, Eugene Wamaru agachaka nyigura. But now ask yourself, antumba ya likire. Antumba ya benefitly. Pako mwindi geta agachaka by the company get from Thika or went to go ramatoka ni chief kadochiri. But then what happened? The value chain had some gaps in between. The complete value chain chief kana matoka ni Kisii ne a problem. And again, the variety matoka akwas mekugusi tabuati market. Matoka mange usime gusi na yokoli. Okay.
Na yokoyeka.
Tariga kwa ande market. No, there are so many products na nyole kuru ase the banana value chain. Na boko wasitoka yokoli. But matoka manga yako ande the market. Aliago chiko konyola the end product taikoli yehu. Tabent. But matoka na tonya yako tabaya ma nyola tabeta yeru ya manyerege. Matoka taikoli yeku by the. Bantu bange mbamaiti. So once kwa ile chose meka yoka tenga chose meka matoka 10. The kind of the variety we have in the Kisii, at market. It's not that people are trying to embrace a new variety. Yeah, I'm talking even the avocado. No, the avocado thing. Out of 10 ohms, what is the avocado? 8. The avocado back in the market. People at the market need the avocado the one they call as variety.
As.
They take market because they want oil nyingi. But how many people pass me that as variety? No, the as variety takes a larger portion of a piece of land. Tekere kwam. Oromoto mwenge, but tekero ko and must plant jaye ukogalia. Kendongera asme ko runse like now the current muto to wata bongira afkalo kwa motambe. Tanisa weta na was make chinsi yaga. Or say something else. No anything na was make. But the as variety one so chirigur. It goes up to around 3 meters. Oko endo osagara. Mat ketchup kwa miro chiku go chains. Anakaro wafest go. So manage try with the right information of what they need to do in terms of the agriculture sector. But it's going to get a speech here, governor. The speech I better made na governor Ongwae 6 years ago. There's no difference. They are still promising more we want to do the as variety. But you promise this people until when? And you see that's why I'm say I'm a supporter of the affordable housing scheme. You know why? Where I come from, my grandfather had almost 70 acres of land. And we had almost 8, my uncles almost 8. With the new constitution, now there are almost 13 family members. Those are my uncles and my aunts. But they're almost 13. So divided by 70 acres of land, it comes down to almost 4, even 5 acres of land. Now, now, how are you going to divide these 4 acres amongst 4 sons? Now, then you're going to as much as the end of the day, it will benefit you have to divide so you're going to get less than an acre as a youth. Now, you have done now with, and then nowadays, we are competing now. Now, you are given less than an acre. What you or if out almost 40 by 100, 40, even 50 by 50. All are check compound. What is remaining? Nothing. And we are fighting Mura. Kwenye mukungu mutangani kanyaraba isikevoka. Kwa hiyo mukungu kamero maybe watu mwana mumura, so you are thinking kanyaraba na mumura. We have no land for agriculture. Now the reason why I support even the idea of affordable housing is that let's go up. Because for long we have been thinking that we have enough land to do agriculture. There's no land for doing agriculture. People like in Omabi, people are still expansive pieces of land. They are happy with affordable housing. And you saw it's a different model of affordable housing. Only because of the climate or something in Omabi, the environment in Omabi, even the windows, the window to change. But God forbid to say this, that as a community no more see, they are in the wrong direction in terms of what even they are doing, either in agriculture, the road sector, health sector, all those sectors, they are not doing well. And the question begging this leadership is that why not sit and give these people the right path to take in the future? Otherwise, we will continue fighting. Onomo governor, onomo jumbe gari powerful in parliament, onomo MC gari close the governor, onomo MC close the leadership of the country. Until when? Actually, take your time and read that speech. It's a 6-page speech. It's going to carry from the 12, another 3 pages of a speech. Is it giving hope to the 1-point-something million people living in Kisii County? Or it's just a stagnant thing, document, function for formality purposes. Because tell me a major project funded by the county government.
Yeah, very complete.
You look at it in Nyamira, you look at it in Kisii County. A major development project, you can benefit the common man. Again, if all these things we have been told about roads, connections,
721 kilometers.
Do those roads even exist? Look at the quality of the roads that are being done. Other than putting up the signage, the quality of roads, we have seen even the audit reports that the project is given 3.6 million. About its culvert, even back of a culvert. What's the end result? Kisii never temple nyingi. Within maximum of 3 months, there's no road. It's even more worse than normal medical to the nature people need to revive.
Mienda. Asende ndocho no nyomura iwense na kwaneta mungana fertilizer subsidies na boigo sector yeche kawa sector ya mavere.
So I think even in the very long term, they're only referring to what was the other regime. Fertilizer, I think it was 6,000 to 2,500. We have subsidized and all those. Much as we are talking about Kisii County, I may ask now, what does it mean to celebrate Karego Madaraka Day? And I forgot our sisters. Our brothers from Nyamira, what do they celebrate in terms of this Madaraka and what is going on there? Much as we have seen the goodies Chirehoma Bay, and we also extensively talked about the Kisii County, and we are trying to ask to a point like we realize our priorities as a community tobe ngambia tore totie konya kuboninga ntoraye ku PS ntoraye ku senin keke who is this and that instead of welcoming amagenderero bono in terms of riswari kwa bolia wacha tuwape heko na kongole ndenga kieria fertilizer na bera benga 7000 konyora yake ya chire to 2500 or whichever the price the government says. But the government will always have something to compare. We about 25 back nga during this era ya rengega. Obosie bwa renge 230 bono bwa berega. Yani gotora kirende nga macha sirendere boyo na barabunga bakorere mirimo. Chikawa na roche galia bagotebanga chiarure korwa. There's a speech of Omo Deputy President Yarwete gotebanga the other time go yarengeje go sene kilo yarenge go say 100 and something lakini bono ya chiri 150. Onye kerebo good and well, that's what we want because ntuwento ko support. Remember nga agriculture nere a backbone yense yitu. Be it here, Trans Nzoia, wherever, agriculture is the main thing egotwa none ndagira tokuri ya kila lituko. Igonye bako subsidize the fertilizer yacha yakonyo mwananchi wa kawaida onyore ncherako tokonyore ndagira good and well. But again, it is in the same country that we have seen you are supporting agriculture and whereas in Kinere people go to a point like importing even tubuna chindagira kuruchinse chisco to a point like no namagana tokuli rero iga we know the source kaya kurune bintu binde. How do you support agriculture and how do you support endemero to naende kwamanya kugenda gwa sick na nebituma kurwa se ensemo other countries. Today you are talking about subsidized fertilizer. Lakini zero those large scale farmers baby to mabako harvest. Legally the I think kwendelia tenereta mangana ye bituma cereals. Legally irenga bakukolera. Does it encourage? Ono nkyomo omoremi ara tumiko 10 million chinsa mochi cha Trans Nzoia go sekitale atumeke 10 million go produce go sene nebituma. At the end of the day, rigoli yago cha konelia kuchia se government ribe go se totebe no even not even a half of whatever that he used. That is discouraging yomorime mambi ta go cha nyora. Eyo nyore fertilizer mbio or let rebitu maybe. But at what price do you take that ebitu maybe yae egeromo support in one way you support the revenue as NKU. So the government, the county government, the MCS, those people in leadership, be it never PS, never CS or whatever, no abantu balia parastatals. We need to have a collective responsibility. They need to have a collective responsibility. In Kisii County, the land yabonga kire. What do they do? Nkitora abakonye to a point like kebe benefiting to the community or more someone to kawaida, such that kere community be productive. This is the Elgeyo Marakwet. What does they do this? We are talking about today that we want to support Kenyans in terms of maybe to empower themselves. Wajira alikwere ndego se this place is to bwate wichimbe bokorekana. Abantu ano bachombe usene 100. But what will be the essence? Kwa bayire 100 in a span of 1 week. Bandits bachira bakoreki. It doesn't make any sense. So for me, I feel like the president through the governors and the all leadership tiabatanga ki e Homa Bay to abaire chinsu they produce and this. Let's do it to Kisii County. Let us look at the priorities.
Lakini omunyete omurai bwense ta gocha achako ba evereri kuse achako ko baleteri bintu birimo gane ekiagara omurai bwense namanyete ngaki buna kusi matoke naro obori mimbi yabore abakusi ngote bare okorumokia lakini ta gocha onya barai bari kurukusi bukamba bweto mabachikubore bukora. That's why I'm asking na rocho murai yo mwagotebanga kwanse constituency nero ya bwento ko tariru ko sino mokonyi bo murai bwense atanga kararusyo. So this business of saying nyaribari charge doesn't ally to the president. One magendra otariko gendo mate business nere yo gendrete to a point like even as magendra wento ko ba it is decided by the affiliation of Abarai. We pay taxes. Keroto wakana taxes, abuga ta wakana ganga isenge njende UDA, tianga kane taxes. Isenge njende maybe intari says same government, I don't want to pay taxes. Every Kenyans we give generously a tax. Be it ne issue yamagendro shouldn't be an option inga. Ntoriko ganda constituency A because yumura yoro tariko correct
mbali tali as a government we deserve everything, be it in para, be it na mangana basari, we deserve, because in terms of tax paying we don't choose. That's why anona baraikara bagukwana should be clear na barabu bate bintu abananchi bagotegerera tarike kubanga constituency A doesn't support the current government, so we don't give goodies to them. Barabu na bubu ento kugendo kwanza batainga bono why the government is good. So I think our leaders, instead of fighting who is in the government, who is in the broad based, who is wherever,
angoba kurigire hingere kitu taraikera,
we have the empowerment is good. I have an issue with the empowerment na Professor Makori Kindiki and whatever. Let us have something working, something tangible. Na into tawata banga NP during the regime, we have a cancer center. Riba umurwire korugusi agutumeka chibesa chia services ago chugwakana na Nairobi kuikabuguli. A transport, and you see how ya shudri kuikabuguli and all those. Let us have umuntu koruga ali say tutaracha kumaka just 170 shillings uwekaga cancer center and gets that services ja cancer and everything. I think that will be good, and it will be more benefit for our country, especially our Kisii County. Again, I saw the governor's speech kwa na health sector. Amangana igari ana rochira ko kwana
tare kuragenda se umutimo komoke erinde tukwirana tuchikurigiria amangana health kurwase serikali ya county na boigo serikali enene na boigo ne bintu binde binge biri totigariti tutarachi gukora omoro eri omonjo murige hende ya gutigara imiyo morobiri Etwani eya Getembe.
Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda. Ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbare njara. Ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbare njara. Uzito somya bamura maje kuya mandege. Uzito somya bamura maje kuya mandege.
Christa Marian Mission Hospital ni hiyo koreringa ba mentire obokoreri bwaye na koba ubuyakigima bunomba bwate CT scan eyo yekerero ose the latest na buigo mbabwate ensema ya ICU na high dependence unit HDU asabarire banyarekire bakurigirirwa na konyora obokonye enero ni chimashine chekerero chibirengo bya Michael asabanyagitari bagukurigirirwa asensemeiga babwate ibirengo bigormono babwate ensemeria dialysis eyo yekerero ose the latest ensemo laboratory blood bank ultrasound tiweba Christa Marian nebwate ambulance asabokonyi bwa emergency usibwengo
nje asamalieta yongoro sister Helen Mbaka kurase kiombe kia Franciscan Sisters of St. Joseph yondo motenendenio monene ese nektariete ya Christa Marian Mission Hospital. Ase nektariete ya Christa Marian niyo tuigorote mirangwa asa abantu bonsi anene mono omogusiyo itu. Karibu ase nektariete nyoro kubweniwa nobokoreri kwebirengo awao. Karibu kero kendigians Christa Marian twakwariganyiri erie nyare konyoro bokonyi obu. Inyora nigotokorwa amariogo nyasauru kubweni. Mwariganiwe asokonyoro ubweni obu.
Patarire ase umuchibusongo asamatabekani amashauri ase para ekotira korwa Kisii kogenda chitangi usikimabondo asamange bakirisimi ase namba 0720266999 gose 0791394904. Christa Marian Mission Hospital, we treat and God heals.
Amasomo nanine obumanye na buborairire omwana okogendera asamatuko ali busyo ne aye omwibuli kwabire gukuriye sukuru asoreire omwana anyorera obumanye na nene bw'ekikosi ky'amaboko murete Keroka Technical Training Institute eryo aibunduza ekikosi ao igaiga ntubwate ekikosi bunabono eryaya Building and Civil Engineering ase tokobundisa Building Technician Level 5 na Level 6, Civil Engineering Level 6, Building Arts and Masonry Level 4, Plumbing Level 4 na Level 5, Carpentry and Joinery Level 4, Land Survey Level 5 na boigona Level 6 egatie chinde chinyinge kubundisa tole boigo ekosia Electrical and Electronics Engineering ase tokobundisa Electricity Installation, Electrical Engineering Power Option 5 and 6 na boigona Electrical Workshop ase ekosia Agriculture and Environment Studies, Agripreneurship Level 5 na Level 6, Horticulture Level 5 na boigo na Level 6 ase ekosia Applied Science Department ntubwate Science Laboratory Technician Level 5 na Level 6 na boigo Analytical Chemistry Technology Level 6 ase ekosia Computing and Informatics Department ntubwate ekosia ICT Technician Level 5 na Level 6, Records and Archives Management Level 5 na boigo na Level 6 Getembe Lab ase nsema ya Community and Online Working imejeskuru yigaya keti nigotubwate a Modern Library eyubwate bintu byonsi ebiraga nibyogotumika ali nayo kubundisa tole ekosi ya Version Design ase level ya 4 na boigo neli ya 5 ase omorokiwa akwebundisa akwenyorera umanye obura mubika silibagaligia ase industry ya fashion ase tubwate chimashini chekerero nkwegerya bale boigo Business Studies na Entrepreneurship ase chinsamu cha Cosmetology nigotokwegerya Beauty Therapy Level 4 na Level 5, Hairdressing Level 4 na boigo na Level 5 nyuranga ase Beauty Therapy nigo okwenyorera ubumanyi bwekerero unabono Hairdressing, Pedicure, Manicure egati ubumanyi bunge boigo ntubwate kosi ya Mechanical and Automotive Engineering ase tokobundisa Automotive Arts Level 4, Automotive Engineering Level 5 na Level 6 ase bego tokobundisa Welding and Fabrication Level 4 ajirira muretu mwana ainyorere obumanyi bwiga nabono nigo intake y'umutinyu gatano egenderete eskure yigani yere kilomita ya mune muskuru asomo chokeroka asamange nabugutalira website yaito wetera www.kerokatechnical.ac.ke ose nabugwaka esimu wetera siti namba 0726 588558 gose 0708330000 asigo ayire na kwenyorera obumanye iri wibekeni bagari ya asense yiga yokwerwanirira
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamurama chikuya mandege uzito somya bamurama chikuya mandege
Nchomurigera lekera turigeti guchugukora umurubiri bwetwane asense meiga muno kera tukumurekera ogusherekea kwa Madaraka Day irituko oregoro abuga omura ibu nsina nere tukwana umurubiri osha umetesha yaraba engwana ya kira rituko lakini asema tukabangoga nkagretenga abakenya abange banyara konyora services wetero umurubiri yoga osha otatigerene mura ibu nsina tebetenga bono banyare kuyoncho kokorobo amoncho ria umurubiri yo ngomo Kenya na bagwakanira murubiri yoga lipa pole pole.
Actually, telling ngomo Kenya, I think sometimes you get remarks in a different way, but not all people will be allowed to contribute in terms of installments.
So you tari kwenyara.
The government ni mado motaka. You know, some receives M-Pesa almost in a week almost 10,000. The government ni mado your earnings by day through the taxes we pay. So there are people M-Pesa ya about me na fuliza kaya lituko. Na nifuza very limit ya 500. So the people chiko allowed to work in terms of installments. But you know they'll be having installments as per mwaka taringo moti. So the installments will be like working 1,000 bob, but you go serve for maybe if your remit is 6,000, they'll calculate the figure. Panya kromoti take working 300 shillings or 350 or 370. Now they be telling you kromoti maybe working 150. So they extend it, we get that figure, yeah, 6,000 krom work. Most people landing, I think they are paying almost between 6,000 to 7,000 per year. The low income generating people, they are paying between 6 to 7. I think I'm paying almost 7,200. Krom work. Krom work.
Oh, 7,200.
7,200. Yes, krom work. But you see now the services you'll be receiving with this amount. That way is comprehensive as compared to Mondo working between even 20 to 30,000. You know, the people are paying 20,000 to share.
Yes.
Okay, to Kromoti. And actually even Kromwaka. But you see now this will allow Mondo. Now when they condemn 1,000 bob, you'll be paying 1,000, it goes out for the next 5 months. And I want to say that the share works. The friends one. So for those what are in as a share, it will be upon them by deciding yes, they are doing learning to share at a coin. You know, the way you could have and the working and Jengakan. You see, for the last almost few months, the Wakwanga and Yagitari wanted to watch share. You have activated at that point. But when you get one was sick, that you have to pay 3 months in advance the active. Even 21 days active. But for now, Navakwanga Yagitari, as long as square or coin lower at that moment, I got the Kolana Karakanasha to deactivate. They are calling instant. But they in the engage. So for those who have not paid, let them pay. But then therefore the installments is a good idea. Let's open an idea correct. But you see, if you have like a million Kenyans paying 150 in terms of installments every month, it's good money for the government to assist the others.
Mienda nkwata kitu kwanere nsemo yobocheno.
So in conjunction with what we have talked about SHA to akora magazeti for the longest time and kira lituko na bogote banga mambi yawe katukwanire SHA and there are some of the things that were not working but nanche na arase kokore mirimo. I want to say ngokolere mirimo nelinga you see Kenyans have trust issues no more ibense in that singing John Dake ba monarenge binta kwa nanda kembiri chibya korekana when he stands and says this SHA is working at some point abantu mbarba to trust issues akoranga ndake triko kora lakini rende the good news singelinga ngokole naende the idea yokoreta installments especially kuchia somo ntolibwa konyara gwense. We don't want to say mutaka lakini ntolibwa konyara gwense it is a good idea egerenga etobeka at a level to a point like Kiromo Kenya na bago enjoy services wetera somo robiosha. So inchike donara kukwana the other time na that kukwana mangana gusomo governor highlighted yokotebanga gokorekanira sense area KTRH that there are some structures chigendrete especially amangana completing the mother and the child hospital wing at sense area KTRH. And my issue was about Amariogo. We have been having a challenge as Amariogo that Naboko na Nyagitari warwali will be it a dispensary, be it a level 4, level 5 hospital, lakini kwenda kwa prescribing aga chogore Amariogo asigete. Usika chogora Amariogo is not necessary asigete ga chogora Amariogo isko. So the issue of Amariogo is something very key and health. Nigentokerekia muhimu sana. Be eating a priority sinchiro chibwente kobe ku pose kabisa na mangana ya marwaire kwa sababu arotabu atinga kyagocha igocha anytime, including the point of oncology unit at the KTRH. If again to buneke kere the oncology unit at KTRH, it means ngego konya abarwaire barwarite cancer because you know that disease nebwate amangana mange na nebwate ebwanete kuba taken care of with a very serious note. Enjoy how complicated it is. So when we have a cancer, we say an oncology unit as in some KTRH, it means ngego pungusa abantu bali bakwenda other institutions chikarare go se bit Nairobi it Kisumu or Eldoret baiche banyore services angena nkagaiga kokeani ebe seriara kuri nabune transport guchiari gose totebe Eldoret na bago etumaka konyora mariego ne chindagira chiri babwante konyora, and that will be a good step a government here akole. So abantu tigaba enroll in SHA, ninja I'm part of SHA, ninja na renge at some point I wasn't questionable, but tuarere kego konya abantu through our relatives and even our friends. Yes.
Mbe mono sana na nitukwira na sora buga ntubate bono abubare principal secretaries na boigo cabinet secretaries bono muna bono korugusi ningi ke bono ntego korekana ekero oko compare bono e county ya Kisii, county ya Nyamira na boigo county chinde kura sebisa kubinde ekiagra ya rorekanere county chinde kero bobwate usono mo waziri bobwate bono mo principal secretary amagendero ni gagocha asobwangu lakini gusiekera asekero ntubwate mo either mo waziri ntubwate mo principal secretary lakini bado etokorere michanderi area kere miaka.
Some of these things I call them corona mentalities. Tatonya mogwati minister mogwati cabinet secretary ngamoko nyorokende waltu atwarenge bata konyera. No, this idea of like the government works with a budget. I'm seeing the same thing happening in Kisii County, where that for you to have Chirchiparachi access roads, you must be begging, you must be so close to the governor. Then the closer the governor, you must last month and Oru anese gisko, must go paragete. And I'm seeing it where we have the friendly MCs, the governor, Chetal Chikwaga on a daily basis, Chibol Chikorem, Amacha Korakeregendo. But now come as a national government, that you must have a principal secretary that means the region umaka some of these few things.
So mojumbo rase serikali.
The only advantage that will be there is that when the cabinet sits, they'll be saying into take grant from China, you're 10 billion. No. Then if your community mate is in the cabinet, will be knowing into 10 billion coming from China, the Gandigi, get the say that budget. Saying you were told the Muranga County where Ndinyoro comes from, it was the chairman of public committee committee
budget
that he took 6 billion to Muranga County in a span of 2 years through getting some votes in the budget. But now I'm asking myself, we never do PS of broadcasting and communication. What is it that in that docket will you be giving us booster? But one thing he needs to do is that ECANS and GPS team, they agree how to have that budget, part of it, HUC. Currently, you have a minister for cabinet secretary for education. And you cannot change a personality of Mundo. He's who he is, much of was, whoever he was. Don't change Vandam. There's talk in the streets that much we embroidered a number of youths to TVET institutions. Which could be true, because I have friends who get to the TVET. It happens across board.
Yeah, sure.
Things happen. Yes, we'll be having these things coming in this region. But you see, if you not have the leadership, those ones who have been bestowed power by Homo Wananchi, on your mbagu that idea you work as a team, na motoraji PS in our time, you still not have anything. You are talking about having an oncology center in KTRH. That is, they are renovating a room, but they get an oncology room, where to be offering palliative care as a cancer patient. But now what is the priority for that thing? Is that the governor should have gone, or Merimigo, who is the cabinet secretary from Gusii and who is the most senior civil servant from Gusii, and Amumere, about the question, where did the money for cancer center go to? Because, like, the president has been to cancer center like twice.
Sure.
And then contracted, it's now coming down the money, maybe just cherry to Karisan. Because if you are given a contract, almost 1.8 billion. Muraigwenzo Ochiro Foundation Stone. Ochiro Yakabir. Waziri Ochiro. The PS for LT Ochiro. Then what is the issue that this thing is not picking up?
Yes.
That you are doing a speech, you are telling people about putting up an account headquarters. For you to cap corruption, account officers, cap corruption. That's the speech. But in the same speech, you are talking about an oncology center, akarum palliative care. No, the cancer center they don't want to come and sit. Come on, but it's all about like Motara fight for these positions. For the first time since independence, since independence now we have RCS. If you are fighting for those things, then expected their schools they are all over. if we had a cabinet secretary for education from Gusii twice, 2022 mpaka 2023 towards the end, nabona hiyo. There are schools that nabona ngechikonyera. We having wrangles in schools. The issue ya male title deeds across this country, a number of schools never title deeds, but the majority are from Kisii. Still never title deeds. What's happening is that we have had cabinet secretaries in this docket for some time, but the issues are still unresolved. You go to schools, there are schools that are funded by the Ministry of Education through the infrastructure fund. That's either institution block, dormitories. There's a building, let me use an example, there's a building at Great Girls. They went to sometime last year. Paka one restore it. It's just a sketch. Restore it. You know, if that building was to be done, completed, Great Girls could have had grade 10 more students in grade 10 admitted in that school than now. That means that they will not be having more students in grade 10 next year because the kind of infrastructure it's one thing also because of the population about for this time. So you might be having these people yes in office. We were the other day we were in Bomachoge where the PS for broadcasting came. I think it's in office like bare a month old. And you know, you could see that glaring differences among our leadership. A PS comes to a function, I've got a gift kiai or chore. But among the concretes, the one they can install in that church function was a doctor Obete Cis in Kisii. Never got to the Chumo CS. You know, the PS is there. And the PS called someone else that come or a gift to Kimo CS. Why could these people sit? Even that protocol thing, like this is a junior officer giving out the donation, Kimo CS. When a principal secretary just sitting there, I want the donation here. Okay, assuming the PS came and they gave out 500,000, and the CS gave 200,000. That function gave 300,000. But the CS came with the PS came with 100,000 plus another 100 for Ms. Korik. It's covered 200. The CS came and gave 300. Now what if the PS came at about half a million? Then the amount you CS about 100,000. No, people start asking like, why can't they see it? Yes. You could be having all this. You know, Gusii region, truth be told, Gusii region about the senior government officials are Pangisana. Look at what happens during Christmas holidays. The government vehicles you see around Kisii, but never was in office. I know even some senior government police officers in the police service from Gusii region. Very senior. There's one who died, the deputy IG, working with the DCI head of operations. Okut the other day, I think somewhere in Nyamira. How many people knew about that gentleman before he died? Few. Yes. Okay. We have seen the government officials in the ministries, but because they are never consulted by the political class, they're also quiet. Yes. We could expect that anybody in office will pick you up. You know, when NCA was starting, the National Construction Authority, when it was starting, the first CEO was Dr. Manduku, the current member of parliament from Nyeriba and Masa. You ask the number of Abagusivali Kirasa secretary, you'll be shocked. At senior management level and even the lower offices. You know, that's the impact we could expect from that created from his office. Yes. Do we have a number of CEOs by day in offices? Yes. Now, when you call for, assuming me was I'm calling on professionals, you will find they are going back to professionals. Now, a meeting. CS for education. And you know, he said it the other day. Vice Chancellor Open University, all those people. He said it. He said he had an hand in the appointment of those top civil servants. Now I'm not going to give Beyonce. But at the end of the day, because village get the book. We cut across, yes, or clans within the Gusii community. I'm not against having more positions in government, but I'm for that opinion that if we have them in office, there's a time I did a story that the professional, and even the other day talk about the topic Dr. Mugoi from Nyamira, not even Mugoi, Dr. Wakira PM. We had a topic like the professional impact as the Gusii leadership. And they are able to create that professional impact as a Gusii community. I'm sure When let me just, as I summarize, when we had the World Bank programs coming to Kisii region, Chiang supporting municipalities, that's back like around I think 5 to 6 years ago. We had a program called SWED. SWED was Sustainable Urban Economic Development. Chiang Konya municipalities to grow. Montolenga at management level gali no Mogusioreng is a former chief of Nyamira County. At that time, Konya Utru was from Nyamira. But basically was a close friend to the former governor Ongwai. And you can see what happened during that time. What you are seeing as a fire station Mategari was done by under the SWED program. The opening of these roads we are seeing at Tamak, like the Falcon Nyanjo Ring Road, was done by the SWED program. Now what happened when the current regime came to power? This guy was a cross-body too. The current governor Nyamira, Nyaribu. The resources have gone back to Nyamira. You had the other day interviewing Dr. Mugoi. He's telling you they have a Safaricom Foundation program in Nyamusi at a cost of 100 million. They having one at a very complete mother and child facility. Go to Keroka. It's a World Bank funded program in Keroka. It's a massive project. When the leadership from Kisii realized the section ya Keroka ya Nyamira ya improve last week. Look at the last mile connectivity imagine in Nyamira through World Bank project through the SWED program still at a cost of almost 700 million. They want to connect to the home states. It's not about how do you link with them? Do you ignore them? If you ignore them, like some of you ignore them, the repercussion is the portals we are seeing in this town.
Na bienda nkagirite ngase nsemeyo nabo togo chigokora otatigarine nabo kwaringe kunyara kwandanga madaraka diga asema tuko rebosio ebinte biga nabo turaje gutwara matera buna ega gusama onshorire na chikora kana
I think ntumwena tego change to the way chi occasion chi okora kana na ro chiga mu governor tukobo gwatora marieta yaba the heroes whatever contributed to at some point amangana go say freedom konyora freedom nero gatoko chengera ndo chana tabete babo Sirwel Muturi babo Nyama Terere babo Tenyo na Murangi tina abande. We can't be speaking about Murangi for the longest. If we speak today na adama bitokwane, we need to identify those heroes at least, especially the professions, even those who have done something. Those are some of the people who are contributory to this point. As to ikire, na bari ba retro machango bo monene. Ikabonanga nelinga ama tukaribusio. Let us have Madaraka Day. Instead, you can to a lot of paragraphs, and when you just look at it, maybe andake correct the expectations that we have. Madaraka, we have gained the self-internal. Bono again to Nabasibole. Into a better was 62 years, it's a long time. We should be talking Gutuaro was Bole. Let us talk about the issue of a community towards into community to anyo robos bolibuito through the economic empowerment that we should be having. Is something we expect. The issue of when we started, we talked about Raymond Omolo in Homa Bay. Maybe things are coming. Kate Singer, I remember when they were talking about the chairperson of a budget committee. That's why maybe Kiharu we have had PSS. We are crying that we have never been given on this and this because since independence. In Kibare on the table when we talk about CS Machaguna during his time in Kiakorata, Matiang Noaling, what did he do? We have CS Migamba Migosi. What has he done? Much as enormous CS of education countrywide. But at the end of the day, if it is the issue of community, which impact has he brought in the community, given that he is now there? Again, the essence, when we are fighting, talk about but at the end of the day, we are all Kenyans. We don't beg for Amagendra. We don't beg Korosirwe Para. We deserve kwa sababu, we don't choose kuwakane ebango. And that's what I can say for now.
Abuga.
Yes.
Madaraka nechi kwa pake uchengero matukaribus?
Madaraka Day will be there. It's a constitutional right to put the day for it. The Badamasu Jan and a constitution. I don't want to answer the contrary that nature Kenya is a country of possibilities and some are impossibilities. No, let me say that for the first time, Mabe counted a visiting president going there. Slovenia as a country to be supporting beekeeping. You know, Mabe County. You know, beekeeping mostly comes from Asinishu County, the North Rift counties, and Chico produce the largest in any quantities of honey. But for a long time, Kisii has been the largest producer of amatok. Now you have taken by Meru, I think, and it's the Muranga.
Yeah, sure.
Now Kisii is number 4. But as we move forward, you have been told the GDP for this country has come down to 3.6. That was May. This is a month collapsing from 9.6 in October 2022. Sasa tuanje tuachiwe somo fuko going forward tuatwale weekend to part of the working day.
Vya mana sana yo nigo are ereka buga munjo murigire na boiko mienda sam kero twaringe kuligereria gusoko murigire gati ya biria abaraye banyare to kwanira litukoro igoro ekero bagosherekea gose kira bakenya baringe gucengira tuko olia madaraka umonjo murigire vya mana sana ekiagira nducenga kwagendere koba umwigeno ndoche asecinsemo ambare batemere gutuikera utigarenda singencho yebiro nigondo changa Violet Vadran no ale ime yomorobiro kote okorwa chinse mocha Nairobi kusukura county ya Nairobi no ale ime yomorobiro na abaiga bari bali kireri uko bona Boniface Agostino Teresa Kemto Alex Mauti Jeria Kerubo Surambaya Rosati Bonventure Movisa na bande abange na Dennis Orioki HSC na ntobwate unabono Albert K Miruka Diana Achacha Jeria Kerubo Kingbon alafu yo Mr. Rogers Onyando Riox Jeff Christopher Tandi Rogers Nyariki Teresa Omboka DJ Wavini Geshore Dismas na abande abange mwancho murigereria onye kwa temere gutuikira kuri nditinda konyora na butogo sangana nde ase ebiro binde kuri ndase bono mbia mono sana genda gutigara ime yemero berinde kubwatia ime ya Getembe TV kuri kwa Matildah Obaigwa kuri ase studio ya kabere nere Mike bakubwatira na Jasper na boigo matundura twara oburigereria obuya ase irituko rigima
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamurama chikuya mandege uzito somya bamurama chikuya mandege.
Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero ili wimanyiru na mangana watika kira chingaki ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne vipindi bya Getembe ao ngakinde yonsi inyuranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV subscribe comment ase chi video chito mwigo shana basani amani amate ejo baigokie wemanye na wesemia tubase kwiba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere ejo onyarikoba kuyanyora chingaki abikiri ase umtandao Getembe Television Network ekinakyo ekeunga kyamamogusie. Ekero yekiri eikendi agoteka bahabuna chikendi chinde voita bogotigire radio mubwansu mukoigwa iwe muna naure mese malonga rumba na mashabik numero video okore twasemule nere Polycarp ukara uchakira chinsa isaro nibire chumubaso wika chinsa ikomigoro kire